Something strange happened last night. Not loud, not flashy, but strange enough to make people stop scrolling. A short video appeared online. No countdown, no warning, no big announcement, just a dark screen. Then a sound. A deep, low sound like the upside-down breathing. People thought it was fake. Another fan edit, another rumor. But then something scary happened. Netflix didn't take it down. And that's when the internet exploded. Because Netflix only stays quiet when something is real. The video was short, very short, but every second mattered. The screen slowly showed Hawkins. Not the Hawkins we remember, just wind and shadows. Then a voice spoke. Not yelling, not angry, calm, and that made it worse. The voice said, "You thought it was over." People froze. Because Stranger Things was supposed to be finished. Season 5 was meant to be the end. The final goodbye, but this voice didn't sound like an ending. It sounded like a warning. Then the trailer showed flashes. Very fast, too fast, but fans paused the video, frame by frame. They saw things they weren't supposed to see. A door opening by itself, red cracks spreading across the sky, a clock ticking backward, and then a shadow, not Vecna, something older, something bigger, something watching. And then came the moment that broke the internet, a familiar face, 11. But she looked different, older, tired, scared. Her nose wasn't bleeding. Her eyes weren't glowing. She whispered one sentence. It didn't end, it escaped. That was it, the trailer ended. No logo, no date, just black. Within minutes, everyone was talking. Fans, creators, news pages. People asked the same question, why would Netflix allow this? Why didn't they delete it? And then Netflix posted something small. Very small, one sentence. No picture, no trailer link, just words. The story of Hawkins is not finished. That's when people knew Season 6 was real. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't a leak. This was planned, a quiet reveal, because whatever is coming is bigger than before. Season 6 isn't about fighting monsters. It's about facing the truth. That the upside down didn't lose. It learned. It waited. And now it's ready. So the real question is Stranger Things Season 6 happening? The real question is, what escaped, and why is it coming back now? If this trailer is real, then Hawkins was never safe. And the ending we believed was never the end. The strangest part about the trailer was not what it showed. It was how it appeared. There was no countdown. No big Netflix post. No actors sharing it. It simply appeared. Late at night, when most people were asleep, a short video was uploaded to a quiet Netflix-linked account. At first, only a few people saw it. They thought it was fake. Another fan-made edit, another trick. But something felt different. The video quality was too clean. The sound was too perfect. The colors looked exactly like Stranger Things. Fans noticed something else that made their stomachs drop. The Netflix intro played. Not the full one, just the sound. That deep, dumb sound. That sound only Netflix uses. People started sharing the clip fast, very fast, and still Netflix said nothing. That silence scared everyone. Because when something is fake, Netflix removes it quickly. But this stayed up. The trailer opened slowly. No music, no words, just darkness. Then the sound of wind, cold wind. The screen faded in, showing Hawkins from far away. The town looked empty. Roads were cracked. Streetlights flickered. Houses stood silent, like no one lived there anymore. It didn't look destroyed. It looked abandoned, like people left in a hurry. A clock ticked in the background. Fans recognized the sound immediately. The same clock connected to Vecna, but Vecna was supposed to be gone, defeated, finished. Yet the clock was ticking again. Then the trailer showed something confusing. Hawkins Middle School. But it wasn't broken. It was clean, almost new. Lights were on. Chairs were lined up, like school was still happening. But there were no kids, just empty classrooms. And then something moved. A shadow crossed the hallway wall. Slow, tall, not human. Fans paused the trailer again and again. They noticed the shadow had more than 2 arms. That detail alone made people panic. Because this was not Vecna. This was something else. The trailer moved faster now. Flashes, quick images. A forest shaking violently. Red lightning cracking the sky. A door opening on its own. Then a single word appeared on screen. After, not before, not the end. After, that word made people realize something terrifying. Season 6 was not a restart. It was a continuation. Something survived. Something came after the ending. The final seconds of part 1 showed a child's drawing taped to a wall. Crayons, simple lines. It showed a stick figure town. Above it, a giant black shape covering the sky. At the bottom, written in shaky handwriting, "It's still here." The screen cut to black, and fans already knew. Whatever Season 6 is about, it was planned a long time ago. After the trailer spread everywhere, one big question took over the internet. Why would Netflix allow this? Big companies don't make mistakes like this. They don't accidentally leak full-quality trailers, especially not for their biggest show. Fans started digging, and what they found made things even stranger. First, people checked the trailer's code. Yes, code. The hidden data inside the video. It showed something shocking. The upload was tagged as internal preview. That means it was never meant for fans. But also, it was real. Then fans found something else, the music in the trailer. It wasn't reused. It wasn't old. It was brand new, made specifically for this video. Netflix would never create new music for a fake trailer. Then came the biggest clue. Netflix changed something quietly. Very quietly. On the Stranger Things page, a single line was updated. Most people missed it, but hardcore fans didn't. The line read, "Final season concluded, storyline ongoing." That wording made no sense. How can something be final but ongoing? Unless Season 5 wasn't the real ending. People began rewatching the Season 5 finale. Slower, carefully, and suddenly things felt wrong. Scenes that felt rushed. Questions left unanswered. Moments that ended too clean. Almost like something was missing. Almost like the real ending was saved. Then fans remembered something important. Years ago, the creators said something in an interview. They said, "We know how the story ends, but the world doesn't." At the time, people thought it meant one ending. Now it sounds like two. Season 6 might not be about monsters at all. It might be about consequences. What happens after you think you've won? More clues appeared. Actors liked posts about unfinished stories. Crew members shared photos of Hawkins recently. Not old photos. New ones, lights on set, equipment moving. Why would set still exist if the story was over? Netflix still said nothing. And that silence became the loudest confirmation of all. Fans now believe Season 6 is not about fighting. It's about understanding. The Upside Down was never just a place. It was a system, a living thing, something that learns, something that adapts. Season 5 showed us the battle. Season 6 will show us the price. The trailer hints at something terrifying. The Upside Down is no longer separate. It's blending. Leaking, changing the real world slowly. That's why Hawkins looked normal but wrong. That's why school looked clean but empty. People didn't die. They disappeared, pulled somewhere else, somewhere quieter. Fans believe the new villain is not a monster. It's a presence, something ancient. Something that existed before Vecna. Vecna was a soldier. This thing is the king, or maybe the mind, the thing controlling everything. Eleven's role looks different too. She isn't fighting, she's searching, trying to fix something she broke. The trailer shows her older, quieter, unsure. She doesn't use powers. She listens, because the Upside Down isn't screaming anymore, it's whispering. There's also a theory that Season 6 focuses on memory. The Upside Down feeds on fear, but now it feeds on forgetting. People forgetting Hawkins, forgetting the kids, forgetting the truth. That's why the world looks calm, because calm is how it hides. Season 6 might be slower, darker, more emotional, less action, more fear. The kind of fear that creeps in quietly. If Season 6 is real, then Stranger Things was never about monsters. It was about growing up, facing things you don't understand, and learning that some battles don't end when you win. They end when you understand what you're fighting. Netflix didn't break the internet by accident. They did it to prepare people, to slowly open the door, because Season 6 won't be loud. It will be heavy. And once it starts, there will be no turning back. The story isn't over. It just moved to the next stage. And this time, the Upside Down isn't attacking. It's waiting. Below is a full conclusion plus call to action written in a deeply dramatic, suspense-heavy tone, while still using simple, clear language that a 10-year-old can understand. This section is designed for high retention, emotional payoff, and strong audience engagement at the end of a long YouTube video. Context remains. Stranger Things Season 6 trailer is real. Netflix just broke the internet series reference. Stranger Things at the end of the trailer, there was no explosion. No monster jumping out, no loud music, just silence. And sometimes